Hi everybody, welcome on board. I am running so last minute today, so I am just trying to locate everything. Give me 1 second. Where did I? There. All right. It's interesting when you come from daily life and traffic and it runs behind. Yeah, there you are, L.E.K., dear sister. Welcome on board. All right, everybody. And so grateful to have you here, L.E.K. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So here we are. Welcome on board. I am Shaman Marcus. I am from Healing with Marcus, and I sit here every Monday. It's going to turn into every Sunday. By the way, everybody who's watching this, we are going to move our live to Sunday evening, and I hope that's going to work for the viewers. Hope it's going to work for you. There are some things coming up that are on the horizon in my life that I need to make some adjustments for. And that means that we are going to have to move this Monday Night Live to Sunday Night Live. And I hope that works for everybody. Let me know if you can't do that. And, because I could contemplate doing a Tuesday night instead. But I think it seems to be leaning towards Sunday. So if that's good with everybody, we're going to do Sunday night. Now, it's so interesting, right? We're going through so much. And our sense of reality has shifted quite drastically over the last few years. I believe you may know what I'm talking about. You can relate. I believe that most of us have gone through some major shifts and changes. And for pretty much everybody, life does not look the same from before 2020 to now. That there was a different rhythm to everything, that there was a different recognition of reality. And the big shakeup that happened through the lockdowns and the pandemic and the so-called pandemic, right? All that shakedown that happened to everyone, it shook us so deeply as a society, as a community, that most of us are still living, trying to figure out the new sense of normal. And in a way, if you were to compare somebody who's either gone through a very traumatizing relationship, or they've been in a serious accident, we call it, or you can call it shock and awe, when somebody goes through something very, very impactful, and then they come out and they're trying to find their new equilibrium. They're trying to find their path again. It's a little bit like our whole world is doing that now, the last few years. It's like our whole, our collective unconscious or subconscious is trying to figure out, and even on the conscious level, our collective is trying to figure out, how do we move forward? Where are we going? What's going on in our reality, in our world? And I can see it very obviously. And then now, at least in my experience, astrology and the teachings of the old Hindus and old yoga teachings is coming through so much deeper now than previously, at least for me personally, and I believe it does it for all the people that I am in touch with as well. So right now we're talking a little bit about the current energy and current state of our affairs. And this last week or two, so many people have talked to me about having intense dreams, and that includes myself. I have also had very interesting, very fruitful, very positive dreams the last 2 weeks or so. I've had dreams on and off for years, but these last 2 weeks, it's every night, and it's pretty intense, but it's always with a positive twist in my case. And so I believe, and then so many people are writing to me and letting me know, oh yeah, I'm dreaming so much and I'm waking up in the middle of the night, and so many things are being worked on. And I find it very interesting because we're going into some major shifts. We are slowly getting closer to the end of the Kali Yuga. And the Kali Yuga, according to Hindu scriptures, is an astrology, right? Is this long period of time where we've been going through some very dark, heavy times, especially now, especially towards the end of the time. We are going through some very heavy frequency times at the moment. Whether you refer to that to being transhumanism, where humans think that we can improve our humanity by using machinery or computer chips in our brain, or we think that, and you know, many people think that we can actually improve our cognitive abilities, our perception, our reaction time, and all of that with AI operated into the brain, which of course is a very, very dangerous movement, right? When your humanity awakens, when you awaken to your humanity, you recognize the infinite in you. Yes? We recognize the infinite possibilities working through us, through you and through me all the time. Just like as we start to upgrade our system, we start to have more of an open mind. We start to listen a little more, both within and maybe listen without to other sources. As we start to do that, we also begin to activate new strains of DNA, new cells and genes in our system that are starting to activate more. And even in your cellular level, your cells are refreshing, renewing, recharging better than before, as you start to raise your inner vibration. Sometimes, of course, in our regular society, we are actually being inundated with some very harmful radiation. But as we upgrade our system, we can withstand that better. You have access to more energy in your system. You have access to a higher vibration. That's creating a better force field around you that strengthens your sense of your energetic field. And this is a force field. It's a real force field. It's a field you can feel. You can feel it. And as you can feel that field, you also realize you can strengthen it. It can get bigger and smaller, depending on how we feel, if we're living in fear or in love, in light or in dark. It all strengthens or weakens our field. So now we're coming into the crown chakra, the Sahasrara. And the Sahasrara is the chakra that is at the top. And different traditions will teach us that there are different numbers of chakras. According to certain shamanic traditions out of South America, we have 13 chakras. And according to the deeper Hindu teachings, we have, you know, the 7 basic chakras, which are the ones we are going through on our chakra journey. But then we have an 8th chakra above that, and we have a bunch more. And we also have something they refer to as nadis, which are, in Chinese medicine, they call it pressure points. We would call it nerves, and where the nerve conjunction happens, because you have more power in certain places. These are called nadis in the Hindu tradition, the Ayurvedic tradition. And these are, they call up even 72,000 nadis on our body, which are, of course, where the nerves come out, and we can help to manipulate the energy flow in our system. The mudras strengthens our energy field. The different mudras we have can strengthen our field, right? So as we put our hands together in different ways, when you start to pay attention, you can feel shifts happening from these different mudras. This is one of the most powerful mudras there are. The prayer position, which our priests use all the time. So, the crown chakra, the crown jewel, which is the top chakra, right? Sahasrara means the 1,000 petals. And it is the 1,000 petals of awareness. It is where we realize and understand both our deepest connection to this energetic sphere, to the spheres of the world. And we also understand how interconnected everything is, right? And as you start to open up your crown chakra, your intuition grows so much stronger, as well as the rest of what we call intuitive abilities. You can hear what people, I mean, it's very strange, but you become able to kind of hear what people are thinking. You become able to start to kind of visualize and see things going on with a person, if that's what you choose to do and if you have their permission. We don't go around reading the whole world that way because it's not correct, right? That's not boundary. We don't have integrity that way. There's no integrity in that. Integrity comes when you do it with permission, and when you yourself, you've learned how to not go out there and read things all the time. But an open, balanced crown chakra means that we are taking in information from the spheres. This information from the spheres, and one way it expresses itself is if you have felt this in your meditation, you can probably see it right now on my body. When you sit in your meditation and you begin to sway, this is an activation of your energy field, and you are now connecting to that circular motion of your energy. And as you get more sensitive and more quiet and more still inside, you begin to feel this internal movement. And when it started happening for me, maybe 12 years ago, or 13, 14 years ago, I started spinning in my meditations. And I was like, am I doing this on my own? I was trying to figure out if I did this on purpose. But I kept feeling like, no, I'm not doing it. It's just happening. It's just happening. It's not a conscious decision that I made. And as I started realizing that, I started feeling into, okay, so that's my energy field, the spin of it. And then I started feeling an opening of the crown chakra. For me, and this is one of the things they say about the crown chakra, when you find the stillness of the mind, your crown chakra has opened up. When you can find that internal silence that goes beyond, it lies beyond your thoughts. When you are able to tap into what we call the now, if you study Eckhart Tolle, you recognize the power of now. He asked the question, can you turn off your thinking? Have you found the off button? This is something that Zen Buddhism has been doing for hundreds and hundreds of years, I guess thousands of years now, where Zen Buddhism is talking about walking along the razor-sharp edge of the now, when there is no past and there is no future. That is a beautiful space to enter, an internal space that becomes a guiding force in a life. As you enter that inner space, your perception of the world will shift. It's a little bit like if you go out to a tree or nature, and suddenly you slow down. Suddenly you take a deep breath and you just watch that tree. And at times you can almost feel a shift, like a very visible, like woof. And the colors become more vibrant. The sounds change in nature. and you can feel an energy in the tree differently than what you could before. This is when we're tapping into a natural state instead of this stressed out state that so many humans live in because of the matrix, because of how our system has evolved and what we are a part of. So as we find our inner stillness, it is the place beyond your thoughts. One way to look at it, if you watch the screen right now, you can see me holding up my hand. You focus all your attention on the tip of your middle finger. And nothing else exists. You may almost feel a little pop. And as we practice this inner stillness, it becomes easier to access more and more often. Your inner quietude, your inner stillness grows stronger as you connect to it more often. And you grow stronger as you connect to that inner stillness. See, in the now, in the absolute now, there is a complete absence of fear. Unless there is an actual tiger in the room that is trying to eat us, then potentially we could feel some fear. But when you find the absolute now, all those fears that are connected to the future, to what happens if that happens, if they do this, if that happens over there, if whatever the if might be. This is how most of us live our lives. If that happens, I need to be prepared. If that happens, then. But when you move into that absolute now, you feel a shift. And there is no more fear. Because in this moment, you are safe. In this moment, you are whole. In this moment, you are complete. And when we go beyond our thoughts, we recognize how much we actually are awareness, how much consciousness plays a role in pretty much everything we do in life, as we let it come in, as we allow it to flow and expand. Taking these deep breaths help. Coming back into the body is always the portal to find your way into the now. Your physical body, going past your thoughts, which is your mental body. Realizing that even your feelings, the emotional body, they're connected to a drama that lives in our mind, a story that we keep telling ourselves. And once we see that it's a story in the emotional body, we may be able to move past it, to see past it, connect deeply into the now, and go, ooh, I don't feel so worked up anymore. I feel different. I feel deeply connected within. I feel like I'm growing roots into Earth Mother. Like I am connecting to nature in a completely new way. And as we move into that energy field, into that state of awareness, when we see things from a little bit of a larger scope, a larger perspective, we begin to recognize how futile some of the things we have worked ourselves up over have been. How futile many things in this world are. And how important other things are that are being sorely neglected. So using the breath as the vessel to get into our body, recognizing the portal that we are part of. Now we're going to come in, we're going to look at if you watch this series that we're doing right now, we're doing the chakras. And the crown chakra is, of course, the connection upwards to your guides that are ethereal in nature, to what some people would like to refer to as God, or Father Sky, Father Sun, intuitive knowing, dreaming, feeling more at home in the world, feeling connected in the world. That's one of the main things about the crown chakra. When we feel completely alone and isolated and separate from, our crown chakra is blocked like all heck. And as we start to open up the crown chakra, we begin to feel different. And as we then learn about our soul connection, you can watch that video I did a few weeks ago about your soul connection, basically stating that we have an energy cord up into the skies where we are all connected to the larger scope of things, which is how we are a fractal. You and I are a fractal of the expression of life on the planet, of the energy of life on the planet. You and I are a fractal, one expression. You're one, I'm one. We're all different expressions of the same energy, we're fractals of the same life. And as we begin to understand that deeply, on a deeper level than just understand, we know it. You know that we are all connected, that we are all the same. You and I and all of the trees and all of the grass and everything that exists in this planet. We're all connected because we're living in the same field of energy. As that begins to land within us, our crown chakra activates, our crown chakra opens up, and we are beginning to receive messages. Sometimes we can hear our guides, sometimes we can feel them, or our ancestors or our family members who have passed on, friends and family who have moved on. But that is as our crown chakra begins to open up. So the mudras that are connected and the sounds. We have done the vam with this mudra. The hand mudra goes on your knees, and the vam is the first sound for the root chakra, focusing our energy into that area as we say the sound. Vam. We're going to go through it in a bit, but I'm just repeating because repetition can help us, yes. So then the second chakra is the sacral chakra. Our left hand is open up to the sky to receive. Our right hand goes right around on our belly button or just below. Miss Chrissy's world, thank you, thank you, thank you. And in the sacral chakra, we are going to use the sound Lam. Focusing our energy around the sacral chakra. We come into the solar plexus, and in the solar plexus, our hand mudra gesture is this. We're going to hold our thumbs to our pinkies, the 3 fingers are out. Our elbows come to our sides, so we open up our chest a bit. We focus our energy on the solar plexus area, and we will be saying the sound is Ram. So it's Ram. Now we come to the heart chakra. Here, we are going to open up our hands like an open flower. We're going to hold it by our hearts. The sound is Y-A-M. It's going to be Yo. And now we're coming up to the throat chakra. Throat chakra, we're going to have our hands like this, folded together like this, with the index fingers pointing right at our throat. The sound is the H-U-M, hum. So it's, and focus the energy through the fingers at your throat. Now we're coming up to the third eye. We're almost there. We're almost at the crown chakra. Here's your third eye. The hands are in prayer position. We're putting our thumbs, the knuckles of our thumbs, right on the third eye. The sound is the A-U-M, the Om. So we're going to say the Om. And the last chakra that we are working on today is the crown chakra. We are going to hold our hands. This time we're connecting the thumb and the pinky, but it's still the open lotus flower, representing the 1,000 petals on the crown chakra. The sound is the so hum. So, however you want to spell it. Hang on. S-E-U and then H-U-M, right? So hum. So you're holding your fingers open, crown chakra. So hum. So hum. That is the crown chakra. And as we have done all the 7 chakras, you will be putting your fingers, you have them like this, coming up and down. You can say to yourself, we are now connecting heaven to earth, earth to heaven, as below, so above, as above, so below. We are connecting the chakras. We're locking it up, cinching it up. We're going to hold your fingers like this, and we're going to go through all the 7 sounds at once, together. So it goes like this. You take a deep breath in. Vam, lam, ram, yam, ham, so, hum. Then we're going to tie it up by turning and twisting our fingers, and you can feel the energy tightening up in your system. Judith, thank you. That is wonderful to hear. I am so grateful to hear that. Thank you. I'm so glad to hear that this is something people are watching, because as we start to practice, if you start to implement these sounds, the bijas and mantras and the mudras, you will really be feeling. It will be really adjusting your energy system on a deep level. It's strengthening you to the core. So when we do the whole, you do 3 times per sound. And then at the end, you can do the twist, right? You lock it all together. As above, so below, as below, so above. We're connecting heaven to earth, earth to heaven. Through our energy field, we become the vessel that is manifesting spiritual energy, universal consciousness into the physical reality of this reality. In a sense, we can look at ourselves as an hourglass shape. Jamie Leary, good to see you, Jamie Lincoln. We can see ourselves as an hourglass shape. Think of an hourglass. Think that on the top, it's wide, then it comes together in the middle, and then it goes back out. An hourglass works like you have sand on the top, and you turn it. The sand will be running through this narrow part down, and different depending on how much sand there is and how wide the opening is, there's going to be more or less time, right? So an hourglass can hold 10 minutes or an hour or 15 minutes, whatever it might be. But they were the old ways of measuring time. One way of looking at this, we can say that you and I are like the hourglass. That the upper part of our crown chakra is connecting upwards. And that you and I and the physicality in our energy system is like that narrow part of the hourglass. And that when it goes back out on the bottom, our root chakra connecting down to Earth Mother, time is flowing through our body, through us. Time is manifesting through us. And as we take better and better care of our vessel, physical temple, and our spiritual emotional needs and our spiritual and emotional health, we grow in strength and we grow in these insights. As your crown chakra opens up, you gain more power. Especially as you're connecting the crown through the root, through all the chakras to the root chakra and the heart, right? All the chakras, the crown to the root, meet at the heart. It's the center chakra. It's where heaven and earth meets. Compassion, understanding, tolerance, knowing, deep wisdom. We touch the infinite. We touch our own inner innocence. And we can come and live from that space. As we move through this reality, we are manifesting a higher awareness, a higher level of consciousness. And these practices are a part of that. It's all about strengthening your inner connection to yourself and to this world. So that the stronger we get in that, the more we understand how real it is. The more we understand how serious it is. And the further away from solutions such as war and other kind of terrible violence and violations, the violation of innocence, we get further and further away from that as we enter into the heart space. So, there's one last thing here, a tidbit, about if we think about the crown chakra being located on top of the crown. We have learned that different forms of crystals can affect us in different ways. That the vibration that these carry, we can feel them, they can be felt, and they will help to shift our chakra systems, our emotional states, our physical states. They can help to add health to our body. Now, if you think about the kings of old, the kings of Europe, the royalties, that when they were coronated, when they were crowned, they wore golden crowns full of precious stones, different forms, in different parts around their mind. In an esoteric way of looking at that, that is truly going to strengthen your crown chakra and your connection to higher sources. Now, of course, it seems like most of the kings didn't live after that, live up to it. But there sure was knowledge somewhere hidden that these crowns, you look at the queen crown or the king crown, they both have a lot of jewels. And they were made of precious metals. That is going to help your crown chakra open up. It's going to help you think differently. There are many things hiding in plain sight in front of us. Many deep knowings that we were not aware of. At least I wasn't aware of, and I believe many people were not aware of. And we're all starting to wake up. That hang on, maybe reality looks a little different than we've been told. Maybe there's more hidden knowledge in front of us than we knew. Okay, so we're going to go in and we're going to do a healing session right now. There's going to be sounds and vibrations coming through me that tonight are going to work on your crown chakra, your opening up of the crown chakra. Potentially you'll be seeing and hearing colors or entities you might run into, guides. We are sitting in a very safe space. So we run into very positive entities when we come into this realm in a safe space. So my intention for this healing session is to guide and assist you in opening and balancing and strengthening your crown chakra and the rest of the chakras. We're going to be connecting all of them, but specifically the crown. And if you have anything else you've been struggling with, if anything else has been going on for you in your life that you want support with or you want to help release, put it out there. Release it. Let these sounds and vibrations and the entities that are working with us help to remove and heal whatever needs to be removed out of your system. Okie dokie. I'd like to encourage you to sit with an open mind. A lot of this language is very old, ancient language. The sounds and the vibrations, they go beyond our mind understanding. They go right into our deeper human understanding, your emotional states, how your body and energy field reacts. So it's going to feel kind of familiar, even though your mind may not understand what it is. All right. We're going to open up sacred space. Let that joy come in. Let that joy flow in. Yes, I can feel it. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I am Shaman Marcus. I'm of the tribe of kings and queens of old. And we are here today to share this space with you. We're so grateful. So grateful we get to sit here together. This is a very strong, powerful, healing space. And that you found your way here is very special. We're very happy that we get to share it with you. And that you're bringing your energy to this field, strengthening the field as well. We create this together. We call on the winds of the south, represented by the serpent, the feminine healing powers of our world, to come here and guard our sacred space from the direction of the south and to activate the deepest level of healing in every part of our body. We invite the winds of the east, the condor, the eagle, and the dragon, the seers, into the unseen. We invite them to hold sacred space for us from the direction of the east and to guide us into the realm of the unseen. We call on the winds of the north, represented by the raven. The raven is the sacred sage of our world. And we ask that the raven come here and hold sacred space for us and activate the deepest level of knowing in our whole system, in our physical body, mental body, emotional body, energy body, and spiritual body. And then we invite the winds of the west, represented by the jaguar. The jaguar is the holy warrior of our planet. And we ask that she lend us her courage into our hearts. Yes, and that she holds sacred space from the direction of the west. We have Pachamama, Earth Mother, and Father Sun, Father Sky, holding us in sacred space from the direction below and from the direction above. We call on Saint Michael with his sword of light, sword of truth, to come here and hold sacred space and cut any cords that can be cut when it's for the highest good of all involved. We also call on Stangle the dragon and Maya the wolf and Beo the bear to come here and facilitate this healing and guard our sacred space. We also invite Sam and his brothers, our spirit guides. We ask that they come here and hold sacred space for us. And that they guide us into the realm of the unseen, as well as facilitate the healing here today and guard our sacred space. We have the tribe, the kings and queens of old. We're so grateful we're a part of that. All of us are a part of that. We're so happy. And then we have Ombute and her loving, supporting presence. That's the teacher. Oyo wahi yahi yo. And we come to the ancestors and the friends and the family on the other side of the veil. Always looking out for you. Always looking over us from the other side. And then we come to the ascended masters and life force energy, holding us in high frequency state and a lot of power. And lastly, we come to the powerful Norse, Odin, Freya, and Thor, and Stafnir and Rafnir, which are the helpers, and Hugin and Munin, which are the allies. Now that we are sharing sacred space, we're sitting in this space, I would like for you to sit with that intention. Yes, there it is. Yes, sit with your intention. Have an open mind. There it is. Open your heart and your crown. Let that crown chakra. Oh yeah, there's an activation of energy coming up it. We can envision it a little bit like a fountain of energy, spinning, swirling, and going up through our system in that toroidal shape. It's like fireworks of energy and light throughout your crown chakra. Daeya. Daeya. Deo, 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 Deo. 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 Deo, yo, yo, yo. Deo. Tayo. Tayo wa yo 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 toyo, yo, yo. Yeah. I am Shaman Marcus. I'm of the tribe of kings and queens of old. I'm so grateful I get to sit here with you in this space, that we get to sit here together. We give great thanks to the winds of the south, the winds of the east, the winds of the north, the winds of the west. To Earth Mother, Pachamama, Father Sun, Father Sky. To the frequency vibration that we sit in called life. To Saint Michael with a sword of light, sword of truth. To Stangle the dragon, Maya the wolf, and Bayo the bear. We say thank you. To Sam and his brothers, our spirit guides, we say thank you for the healing, for the guidance. We say thank you to the tribe of kings and queens of old, to Umbute and her loving presence, to the ancestors and the friends and the family on the other side of the veil. We say thank you. To life force energy, we say thank you. To the ascended masters, we say thank you. To Odin and Freya and Thor, and Stafner and Rafner and Hugin and Moonin, we say thank you. And mostly to you, we say thank you to you. We're going to end with our chant. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Thank you, LEK. Thank you, LEK. Thank you, everybody who was on here. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Missy, Chrissy. Thank you, Johnny Neal. Thank you, 11. Thank you, everybody who came on board. I'm so grateful for all of our sits that we are doing here together. May you have a beautiful, lovely, amazing week. And we may just go on to Sundays next week instead of Mondays. We are moving it into Sundays. And hopefully that's okay with all of you. I know it's going to be hard to remember at first, but we're going on to Sundays. So much love, everybody. Namaste. And aho. May love guide your way. May your heart guide your way. So much love. Namaste and aho. Mm. 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 Thank you. Take good care. Bye-bye.